Raffen and Shiv are one of the most hated factions in Cyberpunk 2077. Even among the normally permissive nomad society, these people are considered subhuman. The appellation Raffen and Shiv is a derivation of several colloquial contractions and pejoratives. They are more akin to raiders, scavengers, and sociopaths who prey on the innocent and the weak, rather than a nomad tribe per se. Generally, one can find them in places beyond the reach of the law in the Badlands. The most dangerous group of Raffen and Shiv are the Wraiths. This group mostly travels at night and prey on the sleeping and unwary. Amongst the Raffen and Shiv, cyberware is plentiful and they are well armed. Some are total cyber psychos. Dog Killer, the boss of the Wraiths, is rumored to wear clothing made from human skin. Raffen culture is oppressive. Stronger members are physically abusive to weaker ones, either for cause or sport. Weaker members are typically referred to as the expletive version of a female dog and are often traded like cattle. Raffen are thoroughly repulsive to all but the most hardened cyberpunks. They even make gangs like the Maelstrom look like model citizens. At the same time, the Raffen are sometimes cultivated by the corporations. They will do any job, no matter how heinous, and usually for a lower price than any other mercenary group. In contrast, the Thelas Nation are also involved in piracy, but are more humane than their Raffen and Shiv counterparts. The pirates derive their culture from fishermen and the coastal inhabitants of the Caribbean and the southern seaboard, when they were being plagued by waterborne gangs and the central authorities would not protect them. Many loaded their families into boats and took to the life on the water. It seemed to make sense. Boats were difficult to locate for government agents, corporates, and gang members alike. Other cultural influences include so-called boat people of many different persuasions who were refused emigration and had no choice but life on the sea, as well as the former drug smugglers who now had many high-quality boats and nothing to do with them. Sea nomads work at a variety of jobs, both for hire or for personal gain. These pursuits range from marine farming and other aquaculture to smuggling, legitimate cargo hauling, refugee transport, and broadcasting. Broadcasting was not a field that pirates had sought, but it became one of their profitable sidelines. Some media concerns hire offshore transmitters for illegal programming. This is an effective way to break corporate and government monopolies on information. Any retaliation falls on expendable dinghies. The nomads themselves like this work as it requires minimal manpower and can be done in tandem with other activities. And best of all, it appeals to their anti-authoritarian nature. As for notable characters amongst the Thelas Nation, their leader is John Silver Wilson. John is not exactly in charge of the Thelas Nation, rather his clan is the largest of the waterborne pirates. He was a nautical man before the collapse came. He worked as a rigger on the oil platforms in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico for around 6 years before being injured in a fall. Unable to continue as a rigger but wanting to stay on the water, he took a job as a crewman on a pleasure boat out of Galveston, albeit they ran contraband on the side. When the skipper died, John was left with the boat and not much else. However, he soon hooked up with several families who had boats and wanted out of the hole the New Orleans had become. He taught them how to survive on the sea. Soon other captains were asking his opinion and offering their services. When construction work began at New Galveston, it provided an opportunity for the pirates to make a better living, and Silver used the proceeds to reinvest in the fleet. The last info on John Silver was that he was fighting skin cancer, which casts doubt on whether he will be alive in Cyberpunk 2077.